Gurudevo Maheshwara Guru Sakshat Parabrahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Om Namah Shivaya Gurave Satchidananda Murtaye Nishprapanchaya Shantaya Niralambaya Tejase Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahana Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Parvavahi Tejasvinavadhi Namastu Ma Vidvishabhahi
Namaskar, everyone. So warm welcome to you who are joining us today, and to those of you joining via the video stream. The most beautiful thing about this is that there is no distance in the inner space. Instantaneously, you can experience the energy of the space. Because energetically we are connected together at the center of being. Now, what I say to you, you may not fully understand it now, but just hold it as a possibility until you can realize it. The truth is that we can never fully understand something until we realize it as an experience. Now, whilst you're listening to me with your ear, center at the deepest space in the consciousness. When you do, there's the experience of deep peace. Beyond the mind, beyond thought. Can can you center there? Would you center there? Would you give yourself permission to stay in silence, but yet powerfully observe it? Just take a moment to notice your breathing and bring the breath into rhythm. The body doesn't need your attention to get the breath. It knows how to do that automatically. So learn to synchronize your breathing with the natural breathing of the body. No stress. That is to say, breathe as your body feels comfortable and happy, as it were. Now take a moment to appreciate, whilst you're centered and listening, that your body is an animal body. It belongs to nature. It came out of a womb by nature's perfection, as it were. So learn to appreciate the physicality of the animal body and the energetics of your soul being. What do I mean by energetics? Your mind is able to create a wave energy through thought and attention. Your emotion is another wave energy in the space. Directed by your mind, the ego mind. You operate the body through the same ego intention, driving the pranas of the body. But at the very center of being, at the very center of consciousness, there's no disease within you. There's a constant stream of well-being. That's our goal today. To center in that place within where there is a constant stream of well-being. Don't let your mind carry you away by identifying with sickness. Within the body, distress within the body, physical challenges. Now, in the energy space, the mind and heart, the space where you create desires, where you can visualize whole well-being there. Hold the image of total well-being. You can do that. Now take a moment to observe whether you're really enjoying breathing. Are you? Do you enjoy bringing oxygen into the body and prana? I do. Breath is life. Prana is life. Bring the breath into rhythm joyously, lovingly, peacefully, happily. And remember, you're designed, body is designed in such a way that you can open the belly to the breath. You can open the chest to the breath. You can take your shoulders back and up to breathe out and in fully. Learn to appreciate the beauty of the breath. It can de-stress you very quickly. When you breathe out, just think that you're breathing away all stresses. And as you breathe in, well-being. Remember, create an image within your mind, an intention as well, of well-being. That feeling you get when all is well in the body. The body is vital. The body is healthy. Now, for those of you who can appreciate Prana, apana, you know that the pranic current, prana vayu, that opens up the lungs, expands the lungs, goes beyond the inhalation. So even when the inhalation stops, the prana still moves. And if you focus at the third eye position, you will actually enjoy this movement of prana after the inhalation. And then wait until the apana wants to move. And then you begin the breathe out process. And after the exhalation of the breath, the apana would still move. And wait until the prana wants to come in again, to open up the lungs. So stay in prana, apana awareness. Those of you who can experience a little more of the energy behind the breath. And remember, do this in a relaxed way. There is no need for haste. Until you feel in harmony with the body and its natural tendency to breathe. Stay with that awareness and intention of well-being. And it's a beautiful practice when you can smile with the organs of the body. You can feel that your heart is smiling, your lungs are smiling, your liver, your kidneys, your gut. Now, this itself is distressing and healing. Now, open your consciousness field to the space. All those of us who are meditating now, together, we are co-creating a field. If you open yourself to that field with your awareness, you can feel this beautiful supportive energy. As I engage in this practice, I'm holding all of you in my conscious being, all of you. I'm holding my body in local awareness, and I'm holding all of you in non-local awareness. Now, if there's any part of you that is in healing or that is distressed in any way, take your attention there and just hold it in an image of wholeness and well-being. So that you may get that part of your body to vibrate at a higher level of well-being. You can use affirmations in this space. that I am well, I'm healed. I am in healing. Or mantras that energize you. And do it in alignment with the breath. Now as you meditate, be conscious of the divine power within you that is also a healer. Observe that power within you. That empowers you. She's Kundalini Shakti. Look for her presence within you. She guides the breath when you invite her into your space. She brings the mantra. She opens up the intuitive faculty, where the awareness of what to do and how happens naturally. She leads you to the place of healing. She guides the healing process. And if you follow her, you begin to see the miraculous power of healing that comes from her. Promptings, an energy. I breathe in her. My body movements are in her. My intuitive awareness is in her. She's always willing to enter your space if you make space for her to do so. Explore as well, holding the breath when she guides you to, when you feel empowered by holding the breath. Out breath or in breath. slowly open your awareness to the physical space around you. Contact with the earth. Presence of the air around you. Presence of the warmth within the body and around. Fire energy. Presence of water energy within the body. Taste. And the space around you. Begin to externalize your focus, even whilst maintaining inner centeredness in the consciousness. And slowly introduce more oxygen into your lungs with rhythmic breathing. In so doing, you energize your senses, revitalize them. Smelling, earth consciousness, tasting water consciousness, seeing fire consciousness. Touch, air consciousness. And hearing, space consciousness. Bring more oxygen into the body as you nourish the gut plexus, the heart plexus, the brow and the brain. And begin to open your heart that you may feel a sense of gratitude just for the gift of life, for the gift of divine support, for the gift of healing. And as you open up your consciousness to the space around you, think of nature. All life forms in nature, plant and animal. And hold the awareness of harmonious coexistence. May we humankind and nature thrive. May we coexist harmoniously with all beings. And a prayer for those who are suffering, healing intention. May all those who are suffering across the world be held in the comforting light and consciousness of the divine. And may we humankind collectively grow in consciousness and in loving and supporting each other. May there be peace, love, and harmony in our world. And join me as we chant the Mahamrityunjaya mantra. Together, praying for the well-being of all. And for immortal consciousness, divine consciousness. Om Trayambakam Yajamahi Sugandham Pushtivardhanam Urvarukamiva Bandhanan Mrityor Mokshiyam Mamritat. Om Trayambakam Yajame Sugandhem Pushtivardhanam Urvarukamiva Bandhanan Mrityor Mokshiyam Mamritat. Om Trayambakam Yajame Sugandhem Pushtivardhanam Urvarukamiva Bandhanan Mrityor Mokshiyam Mamritat. Om Trayambakam Yajame Sugandhem Pushtivardhanam Urvarukamiva Bandhanan Mrityor Mokshiyam Mamritat. Om Trayambakam Yajame Sugandhem Pushtivardhanam Urvarukamiva Bandhanan Mrityor Mokshiyam Mamritat. Om Trayambakam Yajame Sugandhem Pushtivardhanam Urvarukamiva Bandhanan Mrityor Mokshiyam Mamritat. Om Trayambakam Yajame Sugandhem Pushtivardhanam Urvarukamiva Bandhanan Mrityor Mokshiyam Mamritat. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Thank you, everyone. I hope that you enjoyed the session today. You have the ability to tap into that power within you in every moment. And as I've said before, you are that power. Ignorantly, we live in the idea that we are human. You know, the saying is, I'm only human. Thank God it's only a saying. The reality is that we are all divine. If only we can change that to say, my God, I'm divine. I'm immortal. I'm deathless, birthless. In the most amazing sport. If only you can say that and feel it. And if only you can get to the center of being, at the center of prana, and move the prana together with the divine power within you, Kundalini. She's ready to support you the moment you are ready. But when your minds are diverted into the world, you get caught up with the energy around you. Oh, I'm so sick, I'm helpless, I'm poor. No. You're none of that. You live in abundance. I can imagine very sick persons who are about to die. Just wake up in another world and so, my God, I didn't die. There is no death. Can you imagine how we come into a body? Because you desire, you want a body. So a body has been created in the womb. You would have chosen the parent. You have the ability of choice. Some of us, when we are there. Some of us are pulled into the next womb. Can you imagine that portal of coming into the body and then waking up with a cry as the pranas enter the body? The baby cries. Because it has to take a breath, and that's how you know it is breathing. It's a breathing baby. If it doesn't cry, we have a big problem. Stillborn. Once it cries, you know the prana has entered. So for me, wow. Consciousness entering a life form. It loses its last self for the moment, and it comes into a child. Now it's going to, you know how helpless a child is, right? The child needs full support of the mother or guardian. And then as it grows, you see more humanness within the child. And then slowly you begin to see the habit patterns of the past. And you begin to see personality. Fantastic. Exciting. And then you have to wait for the brain to develop more and more for this child or this soul to express more consciousness. And then the most fascinating thing is where it is born, what time it is born, because that determines planetary influences. And from whom it has been born, genetic influences. And then where is it born? Geographic influences. So can you imagine all these influences? And then, now, the social media, a whole other influence. People start giving the child mobile phones and iPads, and oh my God, the destructive light from them. And then they become limited now by all these social propaganda, as it were. Where are we going? So the child begins to cry for every little pain. Doesn't know its healing power. Never thought its healing power. We have to unlearn and relearn. That's what we do here. That you have the power to stay well. You absolutely have the power to stay well. You have the power of longevity. Youthfulness, you have the power. Use it. Revitalize your liver, revitalize your lungs, revitalize your bones. You can do bone breathing that is taught in Qigong. The skill of moving energy. I absolutely love the energy arts. I'm totally excited by them. Not just yoga, Tai Chi, Qigong, every energy form, shamanic cultures, energy practices. Life has tremendous amount of excitement if you see it as an adventure. And the beauty is that there is no death. Leaving the body is even another excitement. Hopefully, you would fulfill your life purpose, so you'd be happy to leave. Because you don't want to stay in a old body. By the time the body gets that old, you should be fulfilled in terms of your life purpose. And then you should learn how to leave it. Happily. Happily. Because it's another movement from one portal to another. Going into a beautiful sleep with waves and waves of beautiful energy, and then coming into a new space. Another world. We don't die, we move from one world to another. No death. Are you fearful? It is because you are connected with the divine. So, it is extremely important, vitally important, if you want to remove fear and insecurity from your life, you need to make that contact. And that is what these centers are for. This is not the only center we have across the world, where these noble and beautiful beings are teaching us how to communicate with the inner space. Let's learn. Yeah, so I'm going to wish you all a blissful evening, wherever you are. Blissful day or night. And those of you who still have a few hours with us, all the facilities are open. Please enjoy. Thank you, everyone. Been a joy being with you. Namaskar.